Personally, I think that's the best investment, because then you can actually objectively see how far are you walking or how many steps you're taking per day.
So from a physician standpoint, what do you consider as a healthy amount of activity? What should our patients be really focusing on in terms of amount of time, let's say, per week in exercise?
So there's guidelines on that, and guidelines are just that. They're just a framework to work on. I think depending on age, current activity level, goals in life, I think you can answer that question slightly differently. But just to be sort of keep it as simple as possible, the recommendations now are 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week, or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity, or a combination of both. So you're looking at bare minimum 30 minutes a day for 5 days of the week at a moderate intensity level would be what we would recommend people do. And that's where you would actually see noticeable health benefits. And, you know, the next question might be, well, what is moderate? Exactly. Certainly in my practice, when I say that, they're like, well, what does that mean, doctor? What does that mean? Again, there's nuances in how we explain this, but just to keep it simple for everybody, and this is what I tell my patients too as well, is you need to get your heart rate up. If you're moving, if you're walking and your heart rate isn't elevated consistently or for a period of time, you're not really exercising, you are moving. And I think there's nothing wrong with moving. Certainly it is a very important part of, should be important part of our day. But if we're actually talking about exercise and the benefits of exercise for metabolic health, weight loss, chronic disease prevention, it's got to be at least elevated heart rate as sort of the best gauge for moderate intensity. So I think the key is for you, if you even invest in a tracking tool, whether it's a watch that tracks your steps and heart rate, Fitbits, Apple Watches, there's rings now that do that kind of stuff. Personally, I think that's the best investment, because then you can actually objectively see how far are you walking or how many steps you're taking per day. You can track your heart rate, so when you do exercise, you set the watch on exercise, and it tracks your heart rate. You can see, oh look, I barely got my heart rate up. I was out for an hour, and that's still great, but that's not truly getting that, reaching that level of moderate intensity. And I think for me, that's the simplest way to do it, and I personally do it. And I like to use these objective measures, although some could argue they're not accurate as you can get, but still it's a relative gauge, right?